Hi there, I'm Nancy Nash with Starfish Strength, and I love fall flavors and all things pumpkin. Today, I'm going to share a recipe with you for a healthier pumpkin almond bar. So this is a recipe that's taken a bit of an evolution. My mom actually made a pumpkin almond bar that I really loved as a kid, and I'm not sure where she found the recipe, but it used a cake mix. In place of that today, we're going to be using Kodiak pancake mix. If you're a person that really enjoys pumpkin pie and also loves almonds, I think you're really going to enjoy this healthier dessert recipe. So I want to start by preheating my oven to 375 degrees. Next, I'm going to crack a single egg into a small bowl, just ensuring that I have no bits of shell, and gently whisk it. We're going to make our crust first. So in a medium-sized mixing bowl, I'm going to add 1 2/3 cups of Kodiak pancake mix. I am using the pumpkin pancake mix today, but you don't have to. We are still going to be using pumpkin puree. This will taste like pumpkin, regardless of whether your Kodiak pancake mix is flavored or unflavored. I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of flaxseed meal, 1 teaspoon of almond extract, 4 tablespoons of room temperature butter, a 1/2 cup of sliced almonds, and my beaten egg. So I'm going to blend my crust ingredients together with a fork, a pastry masher, or if you're comfortable with it, you can put your hands right in there. Once you feel like everything is thoroughly combined and it comes out to those coarse crumbs, go ahead and set your crust aside, and we're going to make our filling. So I'm going to crack 4 eggs into a bowl, ensure that I've got no bits of shell in there, and whisk them together. And then I'm going to add those into a large mixing bowl. To my eggs, I'm going to add 1 cup of Truvia brown sugar blend, and I'm going to mix those together before I add anything else. I'm using 2 15-ounce cans of pumpkin puree today, but you could substitute roasted pumpkin if pumpkin is in season right now and you happen to be roasting it. You could also substitute your favorite squash or even sweet potato. I'm a fan of all things squash, so I pass no judgment. Use your favorite. Next, I'm going to add in 2 cups of Fairlife ultra filtered fat-free milk. I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of real dark maple syrup. I will leave a link to my favorite brand below, but I definitely recommend using real maple syrup and using a dark one if you can find it. I want to add 1 teaspoon each of vanilla extract and almond extract. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of ground cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of ground ginger, a 1/2 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, and a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cloves. And then I'm going to blend my ingredients thoroughly. You could use a whisk for this. I'm going to use an electric mixer just to speed this up a little bit. Once your filling ingredients have really come together, you don't see any bits of egg or any of the other ingredients kind of lingering around the edges or at the bottom, we're going to assemble our dessert. So you could either use a 9x13 baking dish for this. I'm actually going to use 2 8x8. You could use 2 9x9 baking dishes so that I can have one right now and then save one to share with friends later on. So I'm going to spray my baking dishes with non-stick cooking spray. I'm going to do my very best to try to evenly divide my crust between my 2 dishes. And then I'm going to gently press it in with my fingers so I've got a nice even layer, making sure that those edges are packed down as well. And once you feel like your crust is set, we're going to add our filling. And I'm going to use a spatula to do this just so I can, make sure that there's nothing left behind, and then I can smooth it down at the end. So now we're ready to bake. So I recommend checking this at 30 minutes, but mine actually baked for about 45 minutes. You can decide, how firm you really like your pumpkin custard filling. You just want to make sure that when you stick a knife into the center of it, it comes out clean so that you are sure that your eggs are cooked. And I do recommend letting this cool for 15 to 20 minutes before cutting into it, just so that you have nice clean cuts. You could actually refrigerate this overnight and then cut into it the next day, and you'll probably wind up with even smoother cuts. But I do like this warm as well as cold, depending on whether or not you're serving it that day or you're serving it the next day. You decide when you want to cut into it. So let's go ahead and give this a taste. This is such a delicious combination, not just of flavors, but also of textures. You have like that nice creamy custard with the crispy crust. And then that combination of cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, and cloves. I, totally love that combination. And that almond flavor just takes a little bit of time to really pop through the pumpkin. So in all honesty, I made these yesterday and they taste better the second day. This is not a combination I would have thought of on my own, had it not been for that childhood recipe, but it is a total winner. And, the addition that I made to this recipe really is adding those crunchy almonds. And I really think that kind of takes it next level. So you have this really kind of crunchy crust that tastes like almonds, and then you have that little background of the almond flavor in the pumpkin custard filling. So to me, this is like the bee's knees as far as desserts go. So ideally, I would store these in the refrigerator, and you could probably keep them for up to 5 days. Like I said, I really do like them warm as well as cold. If it's a cool wintry day, you could leave them out if you're going to just have them in a couple hours. But if you're a person that really likes that cold pumpkin pie, then I would actually chill this in the fridge for at least 2 hours before serving. So if you love pumpkin as much as I do, I hope you give this a try and maybe try it out with your family and let me know what they think. Thanks so much for making time to bake with me today. I hope you feel set up with a new, healthier dessert recipe to share with your family and friends. If you're looking for more healthy recipes, workouts, exercises, and other healthy living inspiration, please check out the rest of my YouTube channel. And if you need some one-on-one support putting together your exercise program or nutrition plan, please reach out to me in the link in the description. In the meantime, I look forward to continuing this journey with you, and I'll see you in the next video. Who's first? Come on over. So, we can't feed these pumpkin bars to the fluffs, but we're gonna taste test some roasted pumpkin. What do you think? Normally you like this. This is not what you were looking for right now? No? Okay, we're rejecting it. That's totally fine. I got Maxwell J. Fox here. What do you think? Oh, yes. Oh, yes, thank you. Roasted pumpkin is delicious. So delicious that we're not even spooked by the ice maker. You want one more chance, Lunar? All right, let's try it. Come here. You want another chance? No? Okay, bye.